to do this. Let's hope I don't get locked up.
Okay, Antoinette, we've just gone live. We weren't live
Okay.
before, so uh, welcome. Let me just make sure that we are live. Okay, welcome everyone. Uh, I'm here with Antoinette Van Niekerk. She's from the filming industry, and Antoinette has quite a bit to say about the experiences that the filming industry has had. The filming industry, I also come from the entertainment industry. I have a business in the entertainment industry, and many of my clients are from the filming industry. So the filming industry has been hit hard by this lockdown. And we have 45, 49 people viewing now, Antoinette, so the people are coming on fast. Everyone, just confirm that the sound is good, please. Antoinette, maybe you can just greet everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. I hope this is going to help or inspire or not or
Uh,
change your mind.
I'm sure that it's going to inspire many people. We have 65 people watching now. Thank you, everyone. Please share the link so that we can get as many people as possible watching this interview. I got to know Antoinette some time ago. She's from Hermanus. She organized my event there, which is the largest double O days event and direct elections event that's happened in the country. There were around 70 people at the event. I had to use a microphone for the first time. Everyone says the sound is perfect. Thank you very much for coming on. We have over 100 viewers now, Antoinette. It's climbing fast. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. Tandy,
Really be the spiritual guides that are dropping in to assist me because I won't lie to you, I'm a bit nervous.
that's
I don't
that's
do
that's
these
fine.
things as a norm.
Okay, here we have Tandy Michelle says super thumbs up. Rita Anderson
Love,
says good
Sandy.
sound.
Welcome,
Hi,
Sandy.
Antoinette and Double O Days. Sound good, sound great, awesome. Now,
Thank you.
we've got over 100 people watching. We please want you to share the link so more people can come on, because what Antoinette is going to talk to you about is vital for every South African that
Well,
has to fill in tax, that has to fill in VAT for their business. And she has decided to take on SARS, which is taking on government basically. And this is important. This is an individual, Antoinette Van Niekerk, that has
a
decided to
single
do something.
mother individual, which makes me more well, like warrior-like, if I can
Yeah,
put it that way.
yeah. So please introduce yourself, Antoinette, your background in the filming industry and so on, just so that people have a brief understanding of how this lockdown has affected your life.
Okay, right. So I'm not a huge player in the film industry, but I am because I've been in the film industry for 25 years in different departments until I found my way in it. And we are quite a strong and fierceful industry. And I think we're topping tourism, whether people believe it or not, and have been doing for 25 years. So we're very passionate, and there's no stopping us. And 25 hours a day work really doesn't touch sides because it's all about getting stuff done. So if I can put it this way, why I wrote this letter, which I'll read to you, whether you may resonate with or not, is from the middle of February, we were shut down literally, whether our clients were still in Cape Town winging it or not. And the lockdown happened. The Chinese pandemic and this new world order bollocks, sorry, happened.
You can
Please
speak freely.
excuse me.
You can speak freely, Antoinette.
Don't want to offend people, but that's just what I feel and what I'm going to say. You don't have to agree with me, and that's fine. So most sectors, and it's also in my letter, which is not a very intellectual letter. It's from the bottom of my heart. We've been knocked from middle February till, well, probably February next year. Even though the borders are open, our clients can't come in, and that when I read the letter, you'll understand why. So we are thousands and thousands and thousands of people doing really good work in South Africa, brought with our work tourism in, we market ourselves without being paid by the government or getting funding by them or any help whatsoever for 25 years. Here and there, they may do something and it flakes out. Even their website really sucks. I mean, I don't want to offend anyone again, but I'm just speaking from my truth and my business and what I found from our industry. That is my livelihood. In the end of the day, I need to feed my child, and I will do what I need to do. So we've been affected badly, and with the list that was given, I think 5 o'clock yesterday morning, it's 101% of my clients that can't come in. So let that resonate with you, and then let that fall somewhere with you, and understand as a single mom, what does this government want me to do? Where do they want me to go? Because they're giving me no assistance. What do they want my friends to do with no assistance? In all reality, I'm pretty screwed. This because of something that actually cannot even be proven.
And how does it make you feel? I mean, the situation that you're in right now.
I feel sad because it's my passion. It's what I do, and I'm really good at what I do. I
can attest to that.
When I do something, I do it with passion, whether I make the money out of it or assist people that from other countries that will say to me, well, you don't have the right location for me, help me. That is in my character and in my partner Dee that has been working with TLC for 18 years. So we love people. We do what we do and we do it well. And the bottom line, I think, of this interview, maybe, Des, is that the government, the world, has failed me, has failed my daughter, has failed my input, but yet they're getting a salary.
Okay, that's a very good point.
The little millions that have just sent me final demand letters, which, let me tell you, it doesn't frighten me. I'm not a person who wants to go into court. I'm not a person that will fight with lawyers in black coats that are, for me, basically looks like little demons, because they've taken down an oath, which that oath does not protect you, me, or your children. And I think it's time that we switch on. I think it's time that we wake up. And I think it's time that we stop dancing like little mice around their flutes. You know that Pied Piper story that I read to my kids? This is the Pied Piper story.
Yeah.
And I can see it because I can feel it. You know, we were so positive throughout lockdown because, I don't know, maybe there are people in our industry, it doesn't matter whether you're a sound engineer or a stylist, it doesn't matter. Our industry, we work 6-7 months of the year, mostly from October till, I would say, middle May successfully, and then drips and drabs if we're bloody lucky. And that's basically, yay, something happened. But we're used to it. So we don't get nervous or we don't get frightened easily, in our industry. Because we're used to it. 25 years, you know, your overdraft's going to roll, you know this, you know that. It's normal for us. We chose this industry. We were all very positive that it's going to come back in October. And the world's decided no. And you know, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this. I'm going to stay calm. I'm a survivor. I will survive. And I think most of the industry people, we'll find a way to survive. But I find it extremely unfair that the government, their civil servants, their little minions are all getting paid by this 500 billion rand fund, then another fund, then now, in my letter as well, which another 100 billion that Cyril is asking for, Mr. Cyril's asking for with his 10 billion rand house. Sorry, do excuse me, but I'm actually frustrated now. they all getting paid. And in all honesty, I've been paying taxes and VAT for 25 years. So I'm paying them. They indirectly work for me and for you and for all the viewers. And I think we need to clock it. We're not as useless as they are trying to make us feel. And it's fear-mongering, and I think it's a load of bullshit. So I don't know. I think it's up to the individual, but I'm drawing the line in the sand now with enough is enough for me as an individual. Look, I already see myself as a sovereign being, so they've got another problem with me because they have taken a debt on my ID number, on my birth certificate.
Can you explain what you mean by that, Antoinette, so everyone can understand? Some people might not understand what you mean. Many of the viewers might not have been to one of my meetings yet.
Okay, Des, I'm not. Like I said to you before this interview, I don't have all the words sometimes, and I'd like you to assist me with it because that's not really in my personality. I've got all the knowledge in my head, but I'm not really a speaker.
Yeah, but how you feel yourself, because you've explained it perfectly to me before.
Yes, because it was you and me and not other people on the other side. Yeah, okay. You still look fabulous.
You look fabulous, Antoinette.
Okay, fantastic. Then I can carry on. Right, so all governments, all hierarchies, since the Roman time, they've made this pact. I don't know, my friend Derek's sitting there with all the knowledge, so I can see if I can drag him in if we have time. But if you don't know this, and please go and Google this. It's not, go on YouTube and it'll pop up. So against your ID number, birth certificate, your children's, your grandchildren's, they are using you as a slave. They have taken a bond and a debt out on your ID number, your birth certificate, and they're trading on you. It is quite radical. If in the beginning it may be a bit frightening, but it's not that frightening. It's very simple, Simon, because there's not a lot of them. So if you clock that as well, the fear factor drops out. But because of that, and because of what I've actually, my eyes have opened, I'm no longer allowing it. I'm putting a claim to the state, whether I'm sure there's a few attorneys and lawyers laughing at me right now, but you're part of the Black Coat Brigade, not my problem. Watch me do this. And Raina's also busy with different things. Des is busy with different things. I think you need to start listening, clocking, and realizing that you are a number. And if you want to be a number, I come from the film industry, but if you want to be a number, go for it. I'm not the number kind of person.
I like that.
Even the fact that they have used my child, which is my property. She's my property. She came through me. Yes, it's a choice to have come down here, but she's my property. The fact that they can take children from mothers or from fathers or whatever, and if you go down onto how they word these things, it is absolutely crazy. We are in a radical control system. And for me, Des, and I know I've heard you speak about it on your meetings, I don't have to do this. I don't. I'm a sovereign being. I don't have to do this. And I'm laying a claim. I don't know. Obviously, I've got to really go research this a bit more, but I don't think it's impossible because people all over the world. I watched an interview this morning of an hour and a half. Derek, 2 hours. 2 hours this morning of an amazing interview of there's about 1 million people standing up, trying to change their constitutions. Hulle grondwette soos wat jy sê, Des, hulle is besig daarmee, to change it so that we can stand individually and say, you don't own me. You don't own me as the person, and you can't make these decisions on my behalf. And one of my other points that I had was, I'm a South African citizen with an ID number, and they are making radical decisions. If I'm a shareholder, because they're trading on my ID and birth certificates and my child's and your children, then I have a claim. And I'm going to use that. I'm going to use my voice. And I'm basically out of business till whenever they decide this joke is over, which is a joke. It's a freaking joke.
I have to agree with you on that.
And those who go, she's crazy, good luck to you. And that is also your sovereign right. But you are just afraid. And I think we need to stop being afraid, because there's 30 guys sitting in council who decide what we can and can't do, how we will act, not act, what they will do, how much they will steal.
That's correct.
Where they'll loot the money. 30 of them. How many? Yeah. Last time I told you there's 58.1, the stats that I just Googled. I mean, Google's my best friend. I mean, otherwise nothing helps.
People in the country.
Imagine we actually need 100,000 people to make a circle around, I don't know, a courtroom. I'm not talking about what happened with that move 1 million person, what's his name, whatever, great stuff. But I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about standing there shouting and screaming and taking little videos.
But tell us what you want to do. Tell us now what you want to do. You're going to take the fight to SARS.
Well, what I've done, look.
And we have 200 people watching now, watching live. So it's grown quite significantly.
Be kind. This is not my day job, and I'm already nervous as it is. And I was just asked to do this, and Des was kind enough to, I don't know, invite me. I think he's crazy, but he knows what he's doing. I hope you know what you're doing. Okay, so
This is important, people. You need to listen to this part because it's absolutely brilliant, and take notes if you can.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you've read it, so I don't know if you like jumping the gun here. Good luck to you. But in the beginning of lockdown in February, when I had to pay my VAT, the bill, obviously, that I've been doing for 25 years, and I spoke to some of my clients overseas, and they were starting to be locked down and couldn't come into the country, and work we've been working on, because in the film industry sometimes you work from December and you get the job in February or March or April, so there's a lot of details and a lot of work that goes into it, and you never get paid for the work part of it. You get paid once a job gets done. So we were shut down earlier than most industries, because our clients were shut down earlier. Exactly. Yeah. So please stop me, Des, if I do that.
No, this is fine. So context is good.
I won't take offense. My mother always says, get to the point. Let me just open this thing. Okay, so with the VAT bill that arrived, I then phoned, the partner that works with me, Dee, and I said to her, look, I've received this bill, and my accountant was like, you have to pay it. And I said to her, can I just tell you something? My gut feel says, no, hang on to the money. I'm not stealing it. I actually made it for government. I, out of my hard work, made them more money, which is fine. If the money's good and the money's great, that's fine. But right now, I'm not paying it over. So I said to her, are you comfortable with this? I'm not sure where this is going to go. And we decided to hang on to the VAT money. My reason at that point for her was, I don't believe for 1 second, and we're 2 single moms with young kids, a colored woman, a white woman, our kids, multiracial company. We can't be BE, we're not BE enough, even though we single women and semi-successful or just getting on with our lives. The point is, I hung on to that money because my gut feel told me that all the platforms that and therefore, and I've done it through an auditor, applied for relief.
Okay.
Not one of them. One of them sent us an email saying we've registered and sent us a little blah blah, a code. Once again, a code. It is now October. Not 1 cent. Not 1 cent. Now, in your right mind, how are two single moms supposed to survive? How? Where's the relief? Where's the care? Where's the humanity? Where is the, as South African, we will look after each other?
Yeah.
Nothing. I applied to APSA in March when I saw the shit hitting the fan. I have an overdraft, sure.
Yeah.
We all do in the industry. That's just part of our business. I applied to APSA Bank immediately and asked them for extended 100,000. I've been a brilliant client of theirs for 25 years. They wouldn't give me an extended overdraft. They wouldn't assist me.
I think they're in trouble in any case at this stage. They're trying to take back money from people left, right, and center.
I get that, but that was in March.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. With a positive, saying just extend it, maybe 50 grand, maybe 100 grand. But that's why I didn't pay SARS, because I realized they're not going to help me. I realized they're not going to help my daughter. I realized they're not going to help Dee or George, her son. So I held on to the money. I've now been hit with a final demand twice, and I've stripped my gears because why should I give you money? You've lent money against my ID, against my birth certificate, without me giving you permission to lend that money, because I'm liable for the interest on it.
Yeah. With our labor, we have to pay back that money.
So, okay, I'm going to read you my letter.
Yes,
it's not
please.
a very clever letter. It's like Antoinette style. So,
That's fine.
I mean, honestly, I don't know, Des, if you, well, it's, okay. So I'm writing this letter to SARS. Imagine now I've gotten all these things my accountant said to me. You can't write a letter like that. That's not how SARS works. You've got to do this and this and this. I said, why? Why? We're going to be starving soon, and why must I write it in no? I'm doing it my way. Let's see what happens. I have faith that this may work. Even if it doesn't work, I've got faith that listeners right here today will realize they have a voice, will realize that they're warriors, will realize that there's nothing to fear.
I like that.
You honestly think they are going to lock up a single mother for 50 grand or 100 grand or 200,000 rand? Do you honestly think they'll get away with that? Do you know that if they do that, I am on millions of platforms with millions of light workers, the shit that'll hit the fan?
I can imagine. So I don't think it's going to happen at all. Don't worry about that. But please, I can't wait for you to read the letter to the people.
Okay, well, it's basically everything that I've said already. Let me just, if this thing wants to work, you know, technologically, this is not my thing. Okay, here we go. So I just said, to whom it may concern. As you obviously know, we are in the tourism and film industry. Obviously, no. You've been doing my shit for 25 years.
I like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they obviously don't understand. We are the last industry to go back due to our borders being closed, unlike the other sectors which had either worked right through the lockdown or gone back since the restrictions have been lifted. Even though government has decided to open the borders on the 1st of October with extreme, basically you can't come in, measures of how business will come back and be brought into South Africa, we will still not have business or an income for the next couple of months. Let that sink in. Our current government has shown their true colors by stealing and looting the money allocated to us as South African citizens. Me, if you don't want to stand with me, that's your stuff. that was funded by the world and other organizations. That money was promised to us as individuals and businesses to help all South Africans to survive through the Chinese disease pandemic, which is not that bad. Therefore, as a sovereign being, and I say that, as a sovereign being, go Google it, and South African citizen, we insist that you claim the money that is owed to SARS from the 500 billion rand fund that was made available to South African citizens and businesses, which we are part of.
That's brilliant.
The fact that the government stole, looted, squandered, and in fact fraudulently took these funds that were meant to provide relief to all South Africans is why we will insist that you claim that outstanding amount from the same government system who took the funds with no regard of the consequences.
I like that a lot.
Please redirect this account to these individuals and departments who received the 5 billion rand fund to kindly pay you. We knew that we would not get any assistance. This is our human right and our survival instinct as single mothers with young children to withhold our payment to provide for our families. We would have become another statistic in the homeless and starving citizens of South Africa due to the stealing and corruption and mismanaging of this fund. It's hectic, eh?
I absolutely love what you're saying.
I'm actually feeling like someone else wrote it. Maybe they did. Who knows? Spirit probably put this in my head. Okay, this is the department which includes the people and the system that mismanaged the fund that we suggest you speak with about the payment. Get the funds from your comrades.
I like that a lot.
Please consider, you all, and I'm speaking to the people that are receiving the letter and the rest, please consider you all got paid by us as taxpayers, and you got paid right throughout the lockdown period, or were assisted. As per below, list of all the countries now not allowed to travel into our country for business or leisure, we can confirm that this is 101% of our clients. We can confirm that we will not receive, we can then confirm that we will not receive an invoice until these restrictions are lifted. Okay, I get what I was saying. We find it appalling that our current government is lending more money against our identities, birth certificates, as South African citizens. These funds will most definitely also be squandered. We will be sending you an invoice and letter of final demand as citizens of this country who have been paying taxes for years, as soon as you receive the 100 billion rand for our share to be paid to us.
That's beautiful.
This harassment is fear-based, bullying tactics, and human abuse. Just hang on. I don't even read so many books. Okay, this is a debt written off of our share of the 500 billion rand that we should have received as assistance, which you lent on behalf of us as South African citizens. We consider this a null and void invoice. And we will in turn send you an invoice and letter of demand. Please see the below articles and proof that the funds came into our country. We have been advised to follow this procedure. Kind regards, Antoinette Van Niekerk. And I don't know.
That's awesome.
So below, attached to my letter that most of you have probably gone off Skype, has the next billion rand. This is all current. This is true. It's not hogwash. Then all the articles of the
100 billion, yeah.
100 billion, the new one, but those are the articles of 500 billion that came in. So I'm saying to them, it's proof. It came into the country vast my sticky. And then I've got letters or screenshots of all the countries.
Okay.
That Siri's speaking to me. Shit, even Siri's listening. So that's my piece of the pie. Whether it'll go somewhere, I don't know. Whether I believe as a single mother and as a sovereign being, I have a right. I'm not a slave. They enslaved me without my knowledge. They enslaved me with my ID number. They enslaved my children with their ID numbers. And I never gave permission. I want to see where I've signed for it. I want to also put a claim in for the land that Ramaphosa sold to China.
Yes.
And got billions for. I am a South African citizen. So where's my part?
I can tell you, yeah, there's people that have said, Antoinette, Bob Barker said, I agree 100% with your letter, 3 smiley faces. Tandy Michelle said, spot on. Chris Lowe says, Antoinette Van Niekerk, you are sensational and 100% correct.
And I look well.
Boo12469 says, definitely not crazy, Antoinette, well spoken from the heart and to the point. This concept makes perfect sense. Thanks, Des, for allowing Antoinette on this platform. Ronald Griffith says, Noam Chomsky, manufacturing consent details by brainwashing done by the establishment. And Lorraine Botha says, brilliant, Antoinette. Karine Gomez says, jul sterre sal later luister, bietjie laat opgekom, Strangs en dankie. Elaine Diplock says, well done, Antoinette. A lot of people, I think, will get inspiration from what you have done. And for writing this letter, we have 261 people, 264 people watching now. It's picking up. I think this letter has obviously created a lot of interest because what you are doing, a lot of people across the country can receive inspiration from that and act on it themselves.
You know, Des, yesterday when I sent this to my bookkeeper, bless her soul, I love her, she's a dear friend, and she panicked and she said, we can't send this. I said to her, well, give me the email, I'll send it myself. I've had it and I'm a warrior and I understand, you know, some people just operate that way. My point is, I realized yesterday, I'm a single mom and thank God for my child, I'm a strong person. But in the same sense, I also know a lot of people in big struggles that are not strong. They don't have voices. It's not everyone has to be the same. You know, sometimes it's a Des and Antoinette or not or whatever that can stand up for people. And I mean, gosh, maybe that's my thing. I don't know. I haven't discovered my thing. But maybe that's my thing. And I'm saying to all the single moms, dads, old people, scary people that are sitting in a corner going, oh my God, I'm receiving all this shit from SARS. They're going to lock me up. I'm so scared. It's more fear-mongering. I want to tell you, and I want you to listen to me today. And those who don't agree with me, that's okay. You'll get there. You'll get there. But as for now, don't be scared. If I can do this as a single mom and say, no, bullshit, I'm not paying you. You know the other word I want to use, Des, but you asked me not to use them. But I mean, use your imagination, people. There are many words to use when people control you and make you really fearful. And I have friends that are suicidal. I'm not joking with you. I have more phone calls a day, thank God, to free and whatever you call that stuff. There are many people out there that are feeling hopeless.
Yeah.
Not just with the business and stuff, it is these bills coming from government.
And the banks are relentless. Remember, some of the people had periods where they didn't have to pay, maybe 3 months, some of them maybe 6 months, but that's come to an end, and the banks are absolutely coming for people. I remember my friend Justice Killian, who got nailed all at the same time, you know, so this is happening to people across the country.
I want to tell people something as well. When you take a loan out from a bank or on your car or whatever, don't worry about the repossession. Just listen to me. They have taken out insurance on your debt.
Yeah,
or you
that's
listen.
true. That's
they
true.
have insurance on your debt. So if you cannot pay it back, don't panic. Don't stop eating. Don't stop living. They are going to get their money back from the insurance company. So they want you to pay it back, and then they claim from the insurance company.
Yeah.
And also, they've been trading on your ID number and your birth certificate, people. We've got a massive claim, and I listened, like I said this morning, to a very long conversation. We're not the only country, we're not the only beings or humans in the world clocking what's going on. And if you think it's 5 of us and we're a bit odd, you are wrong. There's almost a million of us standing together. You may not have heard of the different societies or groups or like-minded people. That's okay.
Yeah, but there are people standing up right now. There are people standing up. Antoinette, we have 280 odd people listening now, and just some of the comments. We have Peter Stafford saying she must go international.
There's international people doing it already. I'm here. I'm doing it. Thank you for that compliment. But yeah, maybe. I think Derek and my spiritual partner, if I can put it that way, without you all freaking out. We spoke about it this morning, that there's a very prominent guy doing amazing work all over the world and fighting to change governance systems, the Roman implementation of all these things, trading on our IDs, trading on our birth certificates. And it's all fraudulent, and none of us know this, but it is spinning so fast, and maybe it's a bit far out for most people, but trust me, there's no stopping it. We're going.
Yeah. Another thing that people should do is please share the link to this interview. Please share the video. Those of you that have come on late,
my mother.
Yeah, they must please share. I just want to read some of the other comments. Antoinette, brilliant. We'll back you all the way. This is Terry Eben. Chris Lowe, get Sasha Stone on your platform. Peter Kraft, proud of you, Peter and Lynn. Susan Sklier, brilliant. Mark Anthony, good on you, Antoinette. I'm certainly inspired. And this is what you wanted to do, is inspire people, Antoinette.
I told you, Des, the only reason I said to you, why are you interviewing me? You're crazy. I've got like an H in the text. I've got dyslexia. I'm in the film industry. I'm as crazy as you can come. I can't strap a sentence together most times. And I believe my journey is to inspire people. I may not. I can back up for people with knowledge. If you want the knowledge, I hand them. You know, like that advert where they roll the Italian mama out of the kitchen and she cooks, and then they roll her back and stick her in the cupboard. It was hilarious. But anyway, so I've got backup with loads of people with loads of knowledge, but they don't want to sit here. And my thing is, I can tell you to not be scared. There's nothing to be scared of.
Yeah.
They already enslaved you. The worst has happened. They're already lying to you. They're already stealing from you. They already put you in a box. There's nothing more to fear. The worst is where we are at. And if you realize that, which they don't want you to, the shit's going to hit the fan. And let me tell you something, we're very close to the shit hitting the fan, and I'm going to be the front warrior. Des, I hope you're behind me.
No,
Look,
I know,
man,
I know how you can organize things, Antoinette. So yes, I know that you are a warrior. You've proven yourself over and over. Eve says, hi Des and Antoinette, this is so enlightening, thank you. Angelica Estrasen said, hi Anke. And there's many people making many comments.
I'm sure there's controversial as well, and that's fine. It's their prerogative. That's what makes us work as a society,
Shelley,
as a sovereign being.
Shelley says, keep opening the people's eyes, you guys. And I just want to say to the people on the channel that I'm not going to be interviewing film stars or anything like that. That's pointless to me.
You just interviewed me. What are you talking about?
No, you're a superstar. You're actually a warrior. There's a big difference between a film star and a superstar. So a superstar is someone that actually does something that means something to people in my books. And you have inspired me. I wouldn't interview you if you haven't inspired me with what you are doing. So I get upliftment from what other people do, and I love it when individuals do something. A person takes steps that inspires others, and then it just takes off from there. So who knows where this will go. There's many people that have said that everyone should be doing the same thing. You know, say to SARS, I want my slice of the 500 billion rand. Because it's loaned against my name.
I invoiced them. So join my club.
Yeah, join the club.
Them. They took a loan, and I'm sure they took a loan out, and also the interest of that on my ID number. They're a corporation. I didn't sign for that shit.
Yeah, well, none of us did. We have this pathetic political system that we need to change. As you all know, you're also one of the warriors in that fight. You're a part of the resistance. So, Antoinette, you're a ballsy superstar, says Mark Anthony.
Oh my God, and if they lock me up, are you going to be there, Anthony? You're going to come break me out of jail?
These people will be too scared to lock you up. I mean, you're in a public forum now, Antoinette, so people know what you've done. And we have 288 people watching now, as more and more people coming on. Elizabeth Mark says, a great discussion, thanks Des and Antoinette. It's important for people to understand that when you are born, you are supposed to just be a citizen. You know, you are an independent being. You are independent. You don't belong to, exactly. And
we are not slaves. They have enslaved us. And
yes,
we haven't
100%.
We're clocking it now. They have enslaved us. They are trading on our name.
And what you are saying is they have given you no other alternative, because they are refusing you to earn an income through their actions.
But it's fraud. And yes, they have screwed me because of the industry. Well, they've screwed all of us. But the industry I'm in, unfortunately, is the last to go back. I don't know. I'm going to start crocheting and selling shit on your platform. But what must we do? We must stand up and we must say no. And the second lockdown, as you know, that they're talking about, and there's going to be a revolt, people. Put your big old panties on. I'm not having this. I need to provide for my daughter. I've worked hard. I love my industry. I will not take their shit anymore. Or I'll move into Ramaphosa's his house, and he can go stay in my house.
Well,
I
think these things are probably going to start happening when people don't have options anymore. I say in my meetings, the day you only have the clothes on your back is the day you will definitely act. You're not going to just do nothing, that's for sure. And when there's hundreds of thousands of people in the same boat, they're going to do something. And I can tell you, the government won't be very happy when that happens. So either they need to use these funds to actually give relief to people, as they say they would have, or they have to face the alternative.
Well, we'll have to see, because they've squandered it, so we're going to go fetch it.
Well, now they've asked for another 100 billion.
I'm down with a JMB Black, whatever. They didn't even bloody invite me to the party that I paid for.
Well, people need to start seeing it like that. a lot of people don't see that their salaries that are being paid, and 58 cents out of every rand pays government salaries. Out of every rand tax.
This is something that before I got here to thank God Derek has a computer to do this interview.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Derek. Is I know it's it seems far-fetched and scary, but what if we all stop paying VAT and tax? What if?
I think a lot of people are asking that question right now.
If you're scared, what if we open a bank account in that illegal person, or please, not the legal people in their black coats, because they're demonic. They're part of the demonic movement, except Rainer de Beer, because he's got the light behind him, and I support him. And don't take offense if you are aware and enlightened, but I'm talking generally around the world. What if we start a fund and we then pay the money in there and we let it lie there? Why are we paying money to people if we know they're stealing it and if we know they're squandering it? Are we insane?
That is insanity. Insane. I agree with you. It's absolutely insane.
You're saying you've got education. You're saying you're clever. You're saying you're sober thinking people. You're saying you're good mothers and fathers. But yet you're giving people money who are squandering it, blowing it up their yin-yangs, flying wherever, doing whatever. I mean, we've got lists and lists. We don't need more proof what they're doing with the money. What if, like Antoinette, we just stop?
Someone just asked Antoinette, how would we get in touch with you?
Just stop.
Some people said, how do we get in touch with you? It looks like these people want to get behind you and do something.
No, listen, listen, people, I love you. I can feel all the energy. You're all freaking amazing. But Des is and his wife and Rainer and whoever else is on your team. You guys are the mastermind.
They can speak to us.
I can inspire people and I can tell you my story and I can say, cut the shit.
They can contact us.
This is insanity, paying, and I'm sure there's a few older people that have actually fallen off their Zimmer frames right now going, is this going saying, you have to pay your tax, you have to pay your VAT. What if? What if what? What if what? What if? And then what? Tell me, then what? If we stop paying tax and VAT, or put it into account,
we would be exercising. We would be exercising our constitutional right to withhold tax and VAT. That's what we would be doing. And
I'm doing that.
Under the Constitution, you have a right not to pay your tax if the government does not deliver the services, and you can pay it into a trust account. You're allowed to do that.
We don't need more proof. People are scared. So people are like, oh, we just have to wait for what? For someone else to buy their fucking little brat 18 million rand Ferrari. Go screw yourself.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pay my kids' school fees, and I work for that money that you just bought your brat a Ferrari. I don't think so. If that's what you want to do, then that's your business. I'm not part of that. And also, I'm in the process of declaring myself a sovereign being and getting out this bloody system that they can stop trading bonds and stocks and whatever else, and they're going to be hit with a bill. Maybe I'm a billionaire and then you can all be my friends. I'm getting out. I'm done.
Yeah, Ronald Griffiths have a very important point here. She says, how do people stop paying taxes when it gets automatically deducted before you get paid? Ronald, this is a problem, and the fact that companies do that is absolute nonsense. It's unconstitutional. You should have a right to pay your taxes yourself, and it's another way that the system enslaves us. So, yeah.
You can go and negotiate for a company you work with. I don't know. You'll have to ask Rainer about that. I think it's more complicated when you don't work for yourself. Or
yes.
I haven't thought of that, so I apologize for that inspiring you. And sorry, I didn't think of that. Yeah, but that is a big Des.
Yeah, like I said, that is something I address in many of my meetings when we have time. And it is a problem. The fact that your tax is deducted. Now, I had a Muslim friend that worked at Kuwait Nuclear Power Station. I had a Muslim friend that worked at Kuwait Nuclear Power Station that demanded his full salary gets paid to him in cash. And they actually did that. He went to petty cash at the end of every month to receive his full salary. And so you can negotiate that as part of your contract.
You need to use your voice. Des is right. I think you need to use your voice. If you're working in a company, you would say, I'll do it myself or whatever. I think it's a form of control, and because we never ask and because we don't negotiate these things, they just do it. But I think it's your human right to decide how you do it.
And Adrian Stander says, support small business, pay cash, no VAT. Well, that is one way of doing things.
I'll stop saying it. Let's see what happens to me if you want to see what happens. I don't know. I'll be your guinea pig.
Well, Antoinette has put herself forward as the guinea pig for South Africa. She's asked...
Oh my God, Des, you're going to come and get me out the chuk-chuk.
Yes, we will. I will raise funds for you. You won't go to the chuk-chuk. Don't worry about that. But
we inspire 200 prisoners inside, and we break doors down, and I convert them.
The last thing they want to do is put you in prison, because the prison will be no more within a couple of hours. So I can guarantee you that. Story. Yeah, exactly. We have 286 people watching this video. This is a huge amount of people for this early in the morning. We've had over 1,555 people watch so far, Antoinette. So it's a large number of people. I think this video is going to be shared far and wide. And I really want to thank you. There will be follow-up videos, obviously, as this progresses. But I really want to thank you for coming on and speaking your truth, how you feel as a person. And I support you all the way. As Double O Des, I support what you are doing. We need more individuals to stand up for something that is specific to them or special to them, and then we inspire other people around us. And it's not about being a leader, it's about just doing something. I always tell people, just do something, and you've done exactly that. You've gone and you've done something. You've written a letter which I think is priceless. And I can just imagine what other... $10
a letter. I don't have work till Feb. So everybody on this group, what's 200 times 10? I'm just joking. Just joking. Des, I was just joking.
No, that's fine. Lots of people have... There's lots of good comments coming in. Someone said this Friday. Well, yeah, in Port Elizabeth, yeah, it's quite grey outside. I hope there's lots of rain because Port Elizabeth needs it. You know, everywhere the New World Order stooges run a place, they actually create water crises. So, yeah, Jasmine Harris says, excellent info, total support. There's lots of people support what you're doing, and the wizard says, share, and share again. People, please share this video. Thank you so much, Antoinette. I'm going to leave you to get back to your daughter later. You probably have to go and fetch her. So thank you very much for coming on and sharing that letter with us and your energy. And you are a fighter and you get things done. I know you get things done. So everyone, I'm sure, will be watching what is happening with us. But I would inspire people to listen to what Antoinette said in a letter and do the same.
Do the same.
Yeah, do the same thing.
I'm writing a letter. I didn't have an attorney or someone clever. I sat there were spelling mistakes. My sister had to fix the spelling mistakes. Poor sister. But I mean, that's what I feel and that's what I think. There's nothing that says you can't do it. Just do it.
But
thank you
so much, Antoinette. And we will talk to you soon again. And people, remember, those of you that have come on late, you can go and watch this video again. Antoinette, if there's any last words that you can say to the people of South Africa, anything, what would it be?
You know, I just want people to stop being scared.
Okay.
I just want you to all stop being so scared. There's 30 of them just in our country. There's probably 300 of them in the world. You have no idea how strong you are. Each and every individual sitting watching this video, You have no idea. You've been placed here at this point in time for this exact moment. And you are so powerful, but you need to not be scared. And I'm here, and Des is here, and there are other people there that will, you're fine. You're going to be fine. Step into your power, people. Step into your power. It's actually fun on the other side, let me tell you. I'm having loads of fun.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Me on your show, I did say you may regret it, and you may lose.
I won't regret it at all.
And I did warn you it was your choice, but I thank you so much for actually inviting me. I'm still not sure why, but thank you so much. And you know what? We are right behind you, Des. You guys are doing the groundwork. I have the mouth, but you're doing the actual work. So we really appreciate that, you and your wife. And Rainer and whoever else is in your team, we really appreciate that, because we need guys like you, you know.
Well, we're all just South African citizens. That's all we are. You know, we're South African citizens, and like you've decided to take action. Something that I haven't done. It's something that you've done, and I want to share that with the country. And thank you very much for sharing that with us. And I agree with what you are doing. You know. 500 billion, now another 100 billion that our president wants. If you divide that by the amount of South Africans, 58 million people, that's a lot of money per person.
Exactly, and start making your invoices out and sending it in as final demand letters, because they traded it and they got it with interest on your ID number and birth certificate. If you don't believe me, Google it.
Yeah.
Ask Siri, she'll tell you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Antoinette. Have a nice day further. I'm sure we will chat regularly. There's so many people on my path that have just done the most wonderful things, and Antoinette has been one of them. And I really want to thank her for everything that she has done for South Africa, because we're doing it for our country and our children, mainly our children.
Exactly.
Thank you, Antoinette. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend.
Nou gaan ons braai.
Yes.
Derek, you switch this thing off. I don't know how to operate.